Hello VC, a quick video before the new week starts and I have to go back to work. So I don't know when I'll be able to do the next one, so here is something until then. As background music, we're currently listening to Phoenecia. Phoenecia's third album, I believe, which is kind of a collaboration with the great percussionist Glenn Velez, and this came out on their label Schematic, and Romulo, who runs it and who's the main man behind Phoenecia, is still been going strong and releasing tons of stuff, so should check them out and go to the Bandcamp. This is some of the most interesting electronic music stepping out from the dance music scene. And here you go. I hope you enjoy this. So discogs allows you to do some random picks from your collection page. Just click a button and it gives you random picks, which is kind of good for me, since my records are spread out between this room and 3-4 others, plus the room on the other side of the ocean, where Rondo has some records for me actually. So anyways, that was the fun shout out. First I got was this, Steve Beresford and Anne-Marie Beretta. This came on the NATO label, a French label dedicated to prog, Canterbury, free jazz, improvisation, and this is the soundtrack for a fashion show. Steve Beresford, Avant pop, improv guy, plays with he plays the piano, sings the Yamaha DX7, the Yamaha RX11 drum machines, and there's a Japanese singer who sings in many different languages. Alan Hacker on clarinets and saxophone and various horns. David Toop on flutes and guitars, and Andrew Brenner on text. This is a lovely record, lovely music. It goes from very cute lullabies to almost post-punk rhythm tracks. This is everything is gentle on this, but also with an edge. I won't say it's dark, but there's some tension and release. And so much so that there's, as if you can see here, there's a little bit of stickers with track indications and BPMs, because yes, there are tracks from this record that actually play in clubs and parties. So yeah, great record from France, a record from Belgium now, The Age of Love, from Walter Us. This is a very odd record, since it's new beat tracks played on a church organ, or reorchestrated to the church organ, which is sampled, played live, etc. The tracks are The Age of Love, Universal Nation, Corridor, The Attic, and this is very epic, almost disturbing music. I love it, but sometimes it's difficult to find the right time to play it or even to share it. Much easier on the ear, not to say that this was not beautiful in its own right. Del da Funky Homo Sapien from the Hieroglyphics. It's a track called Catch a Bad One, featuring a great intro on double bass played with the bow. It's probably a sample, but it's the structure of the whole track, so it's quite a minimalistic track, which suits Del very well, since he's rapping is pretty fun, but more than anything adventurous. He's got this almost elastic voice, and he's not afraid to experiment with flow. And this is from '93. I think it's from the Hieroglyphics album from that time, but it's a solo track on this EP. Catch a Bad One. Much more difficult to explain what this is. Well, let's try. It's Source, Music of the Avant-Garde, number 9. This was publication dedicated to experimental music scores. So basically written music. Here, for music. What is this? Well, here's the explanation, if you even understand this. It was even providing you fur for score to fur music. Well, fur. But you could cut it, use it, and the result would be whatever it would be. This was edited by Larry Austin, a composer from Texas, who ran the great Irida label, which I got most of the releases. It's quite interesting label. Another interesting point with this publication, which lasted 11 issues, is that apparently it was secretly funded by the CIA. They donated money so that they could have a publication with listings of artists and subscribers and actors of the scene, of the experimental scene, so they could keep a check on them. I don't know how true it is, but I've heard a rumor quite often. A few of the issues included 10 inches, which is why I got interested in this first. So you got tracks from Anna Lockwood, Alvin Curran, Lowell Cross, Arrigo Laura Totino. The Anna Lockwood and Alvin Curran tracks are amazing. They were unreleased back then, and I still believe these are exclusive versions to this. I got the whole series of this almost, so we'll probably get a chance to talk about this another time. And lastly, Cheb Khaled from Morocco, Algeria, France. He was born in Oran, but he's the little prince of Rai, the golden voice of Rai, or at least the latter wave of Rai, because Rai music has been around for 100 years. It's just that in the late 70s there was a new wave, actually a really new wave of Rai resurgence through younger artists who were embracing, maybe because of lack of options, Western instruments and the studio, the modern studio, drum machines, synthesizers, and yeah, a lot of it was actually recorded in Paris in the Rachid Baba studio. I believe this one isn't. It's Cheb Khaled, Cheb Young Khaled, before he became Khaled only. It's with Zaou Anya, one of the greatest voices, female voices of Rai. And this one is maybe a little bit on the traditional side of things, at least for them. It's a bit of a lo-fi recording, mellow, or not mellow, but like it's not as happy as it could sometimes be. Cheb Khaled had two major hits. First Sheba, which is amazing, in '88 I believe also, and then Didi, which was an international hit. A little bit too mainstream for my taste, but who am I to say? Anyways, this is one of the great albums from Cheb Khaled. Not his best one in my opinion, but yeah, if you're into that, you gotta try this one out. Cheb Khaled is one of these artists I even still buy cassettes for, because a lot of this music was only issued on cassettes, but this one luckily was as well on vinyl. Most of the vinyl released from Rai are actually compilations of tracks from various cassette albums or compilations. There was never really albums with a concept behind. which suits me fine because I've always been a track-orientated listener and music lover. So there it is. I hope this was fun, odd and enjoyable to a certain degree, and during the week I'll probably see in your own videos, VC, and I don't know when I'm coming back, but it's highly likely to happen. Phoenecia, Schematic, check it out on Bandcamp. Peace.